Hey everyone, what's up? My name is still Mike Nylander, and you have found your way to yet another episode of a fun-filled Man Bag Mike, a channel devoted not just to one, but to two different things that I like: handbags and talking. So hit that like button and be sure to subscribe as I take a look at the latest handbags from various designers such as Louis Vuitton, Prada, Coach, Michael Kors, Dooney & Bourke, and many more. Now, in these videos, I'm going to give you my opinion as to what's hot and what's not. Each new episode will center around one different bag, and each bag will be thoroughly and wittingly reviewed by yours truly using a list of various categories and a 5-star rating system. Now then, for this particular review, I'm going to be looking at one of the many pieces from Gucci. I will be looking at the Gucci Horsebit 1955 small shoulder bag. A bag that is called a shoulder bag in the title, but was actually found in the category of clutches on the Gucci website. This bag is one that I initially was going to actually overlook, because I will say right now, it is not one that I would particularly find any interest in. Hey, you know what? Just being honest here. I felt, at first that I should just look for another bag. Any other bag on the Gucci website. One that I have, at least a modicum of interest in. But then I remembered that I am choosing to not actively choose, but rather just let myself go with the first bag that I see. Hence, this bag. So, I start this review with you, sadly, already knowing my views on this particular piece. But still, we have a review to get through, where I will try my hardest to be unbiased, because we all know that works. And with that said, I invite you to relax on that nice comfy sofa as we look at our next bag for review on Man Bag Mike. So, even though we all know how this works right now, in case you're new here, I'm just going to give you the spiel. In order to give a complete review of each bag that will be listed on this channel, a list of categories has been created which will highlight the different important key elements of what I am looking for in each bag. These categories will be the same for each bag that I look at, and they will be graded based off of a 5-star rating. Now, at the end of each video, we are going to look at how each bag did, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on to whether or not the bag is fab or drab. These categories are as follows: style, price and value, versatility, practicality, and timelessness. So, the first category that we're gonna be looking at today, as is usual with these reviews, is the category of style. And when it came to the category of style, I gave a 2.5-star rating. When it comes to the Gucci Horsebit 1955 small shoulder bag, the highest rating that I could fairly give it was a 2.5-star rating. And even then, once again, I feel like I may have been a bit too generous. This is half of the 5-star rating that makes the highest mark a bag could receive in any category. Hey, what do you know? I can do basic math. Look at me all smart. I do believe that this bag is one that you are either going to love or, hate. Does anybody want to take a stab where I stand in this grouping? Once again, we have a bag that is having us blend the category of style with another category. Something that just in my last video I said I tried to avoid. But, at times it's just not possible. The exterior of this bag is made from what the website calls straw effect fabric. And all I can say is, for me, this should be called the bad effect fabric. Much like the Dooney & Bourke Western Drawstring that was my first bag reviewed, I feel that this bag is one that looks dated. Straw bags, or even straw effect fabric bags, will always remind me of the handbags that Sophia used in The Golden Girls. On the plus side, though, because, every bag has a plus side, no matter how bad they may be, I will come to stand by the belief that this bag actually comes in 4 really nice color options. It comes in shades of coral, emerald green, pastel blue, and yellow. And honestly, each of these colors are bold and wonderful. So, while I'm not a big fan of the bag as a whole, or, any type of fan, I will say that I do like the color options. But this is where the being impressed stops. The Horsebit hardware, along with the black leather accent, only help this bag in feeling dated, in my opinion. And the style of the chain used for the handle does not help matters at all, because it just looks, in my opinion, once again, cheap. If I were basing this bag style-wise on my personal preference, I will say that it would be rated much lower, probably a half-star rating, because I just plain don't like it. This, however, is where the fairness comes into play. Because with the rating of 2.5, I am taking into account that there are going to be an equal amount of people who don't like this bag and people who do, for whatever reason. So, style 2.5. Now then, the next category that we're going to be reviewing is the category of price and value. When it comes to this category, I had to give a rating of a 1.5 stars. Now, you will likely remember hearing me say in a previous video where I first reviewed Louis Vuitton that bags that are made of coated canvas are, in my opinion, not really worth the price they are oftentimes sold for. Well, let's take that thought process and run with it here as fast as we possibly can. Because here, with this particular bag, we're not even working with a coated canvas anymore, but instead with a fabric. And honestly, a very small amount of it. So, the price point simply cannot in any way be justified, in my opinion. Gucci or no Gucci, the price of this bag is $1,750 plus tax, and nobody is going to be able to tell me that a straw effect fabric in such a little amount justifies this price point. I don't care what name brand you smack on it, it is a very small bag for a lot of money, and I just can't get behind that price point. Apart from the straw effect, or, red dated fabric this bag does have leather accents. It has leather sides that match the color of the bag itself, as well as leather trim. It has a black leather accent piece at the gold-toned horsebit and a gold-toned chain handle as well. In the end, I'm just gonna say that this bag is definitely overpriced and really, quite honestly, in my opinion, not that great of a value if I'm being honest. I mean, I look at it and I see that, while craftsmanship may be there, the quality of the materials, just no. I mean, no. The fabric with a little bit of leather and a little bit of gold hardware, no. I am honestly, and I do mean honestly, hard-pressed to find quality material on this bag in a decent amount. This bag does have a fabric lining, but even that is very, very small. There is simply not enough of any material on this bag to justify the price point. So price and value, 1.5 stars. It's just how I feel. The price is ridiculously overpriced for what you are getting. And you are no longer even getting the quality material of coated canvas, which I started off this segment saying even that I think is overpriced. But now you're just getting a fabric with a little bit of leather pushed here and there. I'm sorry, just cannot justify it. The next category that we are going to be looking at is the category of versatility. And when it comes to the category of versatility, I gave a 3-star rating. Now, hear me out. When it comes to the versatility of this bag, I was originally going to give it a 2.5-star rating because of the size. But this is not the practicality section. So I decided to bump it up to a 3-star rating, understanding that maybe to a lot of people, not me, but some other people, this bag may be something that is considered versatile. While this bag is not, my bag, I will say that it is a bag that does have transition ability to it, I suppose. The bag does have the ability to go from a shoulder bag to a clutch with the strap being removable. So, while not a bag that I would necessarily call formal, at all, I will say that this ability to use the bag in various ways does allow for some versatility. So, points for that. Honestly, though, I feel that this bag will not be a bag that is able to successfully even serve as a day bag every day, simply because it is too small. So, how about we just leave this area behind and cruise into practicality, because quite honestly, when it comes to versatility, I do believe that the versatility is going to rely on an individual's certain taste and how much they're willing to sacrifice what they carry in their daily life, because this bag does not allow a lot of room. I do believe that certain individuals are really going to like this bag, and they will find a way to make it be versatile, which is the only reason I gave it a 3-star rating. Because I do believe that certain people are going to find a way to make this bag work. So, we're finally here at the practicality of this bag. The much talked about practicality, or the size, or, lack thereof, of this bag. When it comes to the practicality of this bag, I had to give a 1.5-star rating. Now, I am sure that it is absolutely no surprise, because I've already said it so many times, that I am a fan of bigger bags. Small bags are, quite honestly, just a waste of time to me, if I'm being completely honest and open about how I feel. So, when it comes to this bag, it should really be no great mystery or surprise as to why I gave it a 1.5-star rating. Let us look at the measurements now of this particular bag. This bag measures 10.4 inches wide by 6.3 inches high by 1.2 inches deep. Seriously? Hello? Is this a bag or a back pocket on a pair of jeans? Because honestly, teeny tiny. Under the care and maintenance section of this bag on the website, there is also a list that says what you should and should not do. And one of them is that you are not to store any heavy items in this bag, or any items that may stretch out the shape of the bag. So, careful with that lipstick, ladies. It may be too bulky and stretch the shape. We are also told to protect this bag from light, heat, or rain. So, you can only use this bag at nighttime, and only when it's not too dewy or too dry. So, depending on where you live, maybe 3 days a year? Seriously. No. As for the strap of this bag, it has a 17-inch drop to it. And apart from the main compartment, you also have a small, or smaller, pocket on the interior back part of the bag. Now, normally I am a fan for pockets sewn into the interior of bags. However, with a bag being this small to begin with, I do feel that this drop pocket, which does not have a zipper on it, is only going to serve to be more of a hindrance than helpful. Because I do believe that each time you go to put something into the bag, it is going to catch on that pocket and ultimately threaten to tear it, because you are working with such a small interior anyways. This bag just is not practical. Sorry, it's not, and that's how I feel. Nobody's going to change my mind. 1.5-star rating, and quite honestly, I really feel that I am being very, very generous with this rating, because it is just very small. Okay, so we are now at the last category, or the category of timelessness. And all I can say is I gave it a 1.5-star rating. Now then, again, I find myself looking at this bag and being reminded of the bag from the Golden Girls that Sophia used. And I will say here that straw, or even straw effect bags, look just plain dated. They always look dated. This bag, much like the Dooney and Burke Western drawstring, looks incredibly old-fashioned. And not in a good way, people. Not in a good way. True, the colors may help to bring a little bit of life and pizzazz to this bag. Unfortunately, it's just not enough. This bag looks, quite honestly, like something Granny would hand you as your first play purse. If your play purse cost $1,750. Hey, maybe in some families they do. This bag is one that, in my opinion, is not fashionable. It is not chic. It looks old. And not in a good, fun, retro, oh, that has such a nostalgic feel, old. It just looks old. So, 1.5 star rating because this bag is not timeless. This bag is dated looking, and I do not feel that it has a style that will move forward. Rather, I believe it has a style that should have been left behind. Okay, everyone, we have now drawn near to the end of another review, and another bag has been rated based off of my own personal standards. Lastly, it is time to share my personal feelings on this bag because, you may have some questions as to how I feel right now. No, quite honestly, when it comes to this bag, that's highly doubtful. I'm sure that it is absolutely no surprise to hear me say that I just do not like this bag. It is not a style at all that I would find interest in. I feel like it is a bag that perfectly blends the elements of ugly and boring together to create a true WTF bag. The effect of the fabric? No way, Jose. I cannot and I will not ever succumb to buying a bag that is not made of leather or at least coated canvas at this price point. It just will not happen. It is just, no, it won't happen. Furthermore, I feel that this purse is practically unusable. I mean, essentially, it is just a very big wallet with, in my opinion at least, a rather gaudy chain strap. There are a lot of chain straps that look really nice. This is just not one of them. I'm sorry, but it looks really, really dated. And we all know that I'm not a fan of small bags at all. But this particular bag, I'm not just against the size of it, I'm completely against the size of it, and I'm honestly questioning if you can even call it a bag, or is it just a wallet with a strap? Is it a pocket? What's going on here? I also don't like the style of this bag at all, though, once again, no big shocker. This bag is just not my bag. It is not something that I like at all. And quite honestly, go back to the beginning of this review. I will say that once again, I had the initial idea, the initial thought to go ahead and choose another bag from Gucci because I do know that there are a lot of nicer bags out there from that company. But this was the first bag that I saw. So had to review it because that's how I choose the bags to review, and unfortunately it just did not hold up to the Gucci standards in my opinion. So now we're going to look at if this bag is fab or drab. And once again, I am just going to say that I highly doubt that it's going to come as a big surprise where I fall in this category. I'm going to say that this bag is drab. I understand that the name may be one that draws a lot of attention. A lot of people know and love the brand name Gucci. But if we take this brand name away and imagine this as just some regular bag, then what we are left with is a piece that is unimpressive and honestly completely forgettable. Gucci may be a brand that has several nice items. This bag is not one of them. This bag is, for lack of a better word, just plain sad. Sorry, but not sorry. This is just how I feel looking at this bag. It is sad. With this said, we have now reached the end of another review. I hope you all had a fun time looking at the Gucci Horsebit 1955 small shoulder bag, with a good emphasis on small with me. If so, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and be sure to stay tuned because I'm going to have a new bag review coming up soon. Until next time, I'm Handbag Mike, saying later.